It's 5 a.m. ahead. Powerful tornadoes ripping through the Midwest, many waking up with damage to homes and communities. The details are straight ahead.
And our area is expected to see its severe weather this weekend. I'll have the full details coming up.
Plus, with today's weather, the Mifflin Street block party plans to go on. The advice authorities are hoping everyone will follow. That's all ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Saturday, April 27th. Let's begin by taking a look outside this morning. Jacob Madison is here for what we need to know. Jacob, got a lot to get to in terms of weather, so let's just go right into it.
Yeah, we have alert day conditions expected to develop again later this afternoon. I will say a lot of today, though, will be dry, but we do have the chance for severe weather later in the day. This is for all of southern Wisconsin, and the severe weather could continue into Sunday as well. So here's a look at the current radar. We're not seeing much right now, just a few showers off to the north and west near the Dells, but otherwise we're pretty dry right now, and we're expected to remain dry for the next several hours. But if we take a look at the severe weather outlook for later today, it shows a slight risk for much of our area. Marginal risk for La Crosse and places to the north, but all of southern Wisconsin expect to see the possibility of severe weather today. Now, as I mentioned, that severe weather risk is going to continue into Sunday, but Sunday isn't expected to see quite as much severe weather, but Sunday will bring more widespread rainfall. So looking at the forecast for today, good news is that it's going to get up to the 70s, and we're not expected to see those showers and storms until the late afternoon. So for those of you that want to go to the farmer's market, you can and not have to worry too much about the weather. Like I said, though, it will be a bit windy, and then those showers and storms are expected to develop later today, and there is the possibility that some of them could be severe. I'll take you through the timing on all the rainfall into Sunday as well, coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Now on to our top stories, beginning with those storms. Some of the hardest hit areas Friday were in parts of Nebraska and Iowa. This video behind me is from Lincoln, Nebraska. You can see a large and destructive tornado beyond the University of Nebraska's football stadium. More video from the area shows other tornadoes touching down. This is obviously a major weather event for the Midwest, and it's the very storm system, which, like Jacob mentioned, will bring some stormy weather to southern Wisconsin later on today. And these storms coming as a big event in Madison is set to take place. Today, 10,000 people are expected to attend the Mifflin Street block party, with police preparing for large crowds and excessive drinking. 150 police are ready to respond to any issues such as underage drinking, noise complaints, and property damage. The Mifflin Street tradition dates back 55 years ago. Today, unwanted and unused medications will be collected in Wisconsin as part of National Drug Take-Back Day. The State Department of Justice says it provides for a safe, convenient, and responsible way to dispose of them. Take a look at this. There is a total of 133 drop-off locations across the state. And this shows some of those across Dane County and surrounding communities. You are asked to only bring prescription and over-the-counter medications and not any illegal drugs, needles, or acids, or other types of that matter. Nationwide, campus protests against Israel's war in Gaza continue to grow, and campus have prompted some schools to call in police, and flare-ups are forcing some schools to cancel classes and even graduation ceremonies. Bradley Blackburn has the latest overnight.
At Columbia University, encampments remained up overnight, the epicenter of a wave of campus protests. Similar scenes across the country, from Reno to UCLA and Stanford, with many protesters calling for universities to divest from companies that do business with Israel.
The bigger risk is to be complicit in the university's investments in deep military violence.
But many Jewish students say they're facing anti-Semitism.
As a member of the Jewish people, I feel my people being attacked.
In places, protesters have clashed with police. At Ohio State, at least 3 people were arrested late this week. Friday evening in Northern California, protesters at Cal Poly Humboldt took down their barricades around an administrative building.
We're going to open up Siemens Hall. Everyone, welcome.
Inside, video showed graffiti-covered walls and shattered glass leading to the president's office. Messages scrawled around his inner office. The standoff with students continues.
If, in fact, they have moved out of Siemens, I'm told it's an open occupation.
It's still occupied.
Okay, thank you. So this is part of what we're trying to understand, right?
USC has said it's canceling its main graduation ceremony. At Columbia, ceremonies that typically take place on this lawn are still set for mid-May. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And college seniors graduating this year didn't have traditional high school ceremonies because they were canceled in 2020 due to the pandemic. Now on Wall Street, where stocks rose on Friday as investors cheered strong earnings from tech titans while shrugging off hotter than expected inflation data. All three major indexes gained for the week, with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ notching their best weeks this year. Here's this closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow is up 154, the NASDAQ with a sharp 316-point jump, and the S&P 500 climbs 51.5. Now to some unusual news. What happens during an election in a town where no one runs for mayor? Well, it happened earlier this month in Fountain City, which is a cozy town of about 800 along the Mississippi River. No one put their name on the ballot, so all 82 Fountain City votes were write-ins. The top candidate was the town's former 75-year-old mayor, and he received 23 votes, but told City Hall that he'd prefer to stay in retirement. The next leading vote getter was Ben Adink, a CEO of an IT company based in Winona, who with 22 votes told Fountain City officials he'd take the job.
There's really no honeymoon period to this because my phone has been ringing and I've run into people in the community and there's all sorts of wonderful ideas.
The good news is he is no stranger to local government, as he was once chair of the town of Milton, which sits just a little ways up the road from Fountain City. And staying in the Coulee region, the Mayo Clinic Health System has now sold the land, which includes the Washburn Community Gardens. A Mayo official said Friday that 360 Real Estate Solutions officially bought the parcels along 10th Street between Division and Ferry Street last week. The health system and 360 have been collaborating for months to get public input on the future of the space. A Washburn neighborhood representative said the community gardens have been around since 2008, and neighborhood residents have asked for 360's plans to include garden space going forward. And back here in southern Wisconsin now, where city officials in Fitchburg are considering a possible referendum to better fund city services. A recent community survey found most residents would support an increase in a property tax levy. That survey took the temperature on possible property tax increases. It comes as the city looks to build a new police station and move out of City Hall. City officials say any referendum would not come down until the November election cycle, and there would be information sessions beforehand. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services is now confirming a case of the measles in Dane County. While the person infected lives in Dane County, DHS says they traveled to and work in Rock County. Right now, Public Health Madison, Dane County, and Rock County Public Health are working to identify anyone who would have been exposed.
This really gives us the opportunity to raise awareness and make sure that folks recognize that measles is still out there, and that we need to ensure that folks are protected against this disease.
Cases of measles are rare in Wisconsin thanks to high vaccination rates, but the disease is very contagious and can cause serious health issues for those not vaccinated against it. Our time now is 5:08. Still ahead, we take a look at how the Bucks have fared in the NBA playoffs so far. Plus, let's take a live look outside this morning. Jacob will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Wisconsin Broadcasters. Local, trusted, connected. We warn you first.
We have been talking for days about thunderstorm potential. That's next Tuesday, so make sure you're aware of that storm system as it moves on in.
First, with the information you need to be prepared and stay safe. First Warn Weather.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? All right, you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
The
Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. Maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money. Now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months.
1-800-216-7421.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack. It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for this weekend. Those storms are expected to redevelop later today. And then for Sunday, we'll see widespread rainfall. Not quite as strong of storms are expected for Sunday. And then for Monday, we are expected to be dry by the afternoon hours. So here's a look at the alert day information once again. This is for all of southern Wisconsin. On top of just the severe weather, we're expected to see some pretty heavy rainfall. Some minor flooding is possible. Again, this will start again this afternoon and continue through the day on Sunday. So there's a slight risk for our entire area, I should say Madison's entire area. Those of you in La Crosse and off to the north, a marginal risk, so not quite as strong of storms are expected for you folks. But then for Sunday, we're going to see another severe weather risk, not quite as strong as we only have a marginal risk, but it wouldn't surprise me if we still see a few severe storms for your Sunday. So here's a look at the forecast and the timing of the thunderstorms. We are going to be dry for the first half of today. In fact, we're going to be pretty nice with 70s and sunshine, but it is going to be a bit windy. However, those 70s and the sunshine will fuel the thunderstorms later. They are going to develop in the afternoon and especially impact our area during the evening, where some of the storms could produce large hail, damaging winds, maybe even an isolated tornado. So during the evening hours around 8 to 11, that's the best chance to see the strongest storms. But then as we head towards the overnight hours, rain is expected to continue, but the severe weather risk will diminish a little bit. And then for Sunday, we're expected to continue to see some scattered showers really throughout the entire day, and our entire area could see that rainfall really linger into the overnight hours. So we could be talking about consistent rainfall for several hours. Rainfall even could be heavy at times. And again, there's still a minor risk of severe weather on Sunday, although it's not going to be, the storms aren't going to be quite as strong as they will be later this evening. And then as we head toward the overnight hours into Monday morning, a lot of that rain will start to clear out. Maybe a few light showers lingering Monday during the morning, but for the most part, we're not expected to see much rainfall once we get to the work week. Now, with the amount of rain we're expecting, we could possibly see over 2 inches of rain for a few locations, especially those that do indeed see those severe storms. So here's a look at the severe weather impacts. Wind and hail are the biggest threat. The tornado threat is pretty light, but again, we cannot rule it out. And as I mentioned, we also have a minor flood risk. Looking at the whole 10-day forecast, we are expected to see temperatures remain consistently in the 60s and 70s. It could drop a little bit for Sunday and Monday. And we also have a few other chances of rainfall throughout next week. But at this point, we aren't expecting anything quite as strong as we will see this weekend. So the spring-like weather is here to stay, as the coldest day will only be in the upper 50s, and that's next weekend. It does look dry for next weekend. So in general, it's going to be pretty comfortable next week. But again, we do have those alert days today and tomorrow. So definitely stay safe, especially this evening, because those storms look to be the strongest.
Jacob, thank you. After a game 2 loss, the Bucks made their way to Indy for 2 huge games and added another name to their injury report. Chris Middleton was missing, or rather nursing, a strained ankle and Now, let's just say it was feeling pretty good for 22 come tip-off Friday. However, all Giannis could do in Game 3 was watch, and he'd like what he'd see from Middleton putting on a show. Fourth quarter, Bucks were down 3-6, down 3 with 6.9 seconds left, and Middleton sends it to overtime with 3. But he wasn't done yet. Bucks were down again, 3 with under 10 to play, and the Bucks, Middleton banks it home to tie the game up at 118. Middleton finishes with a new playoff career high of 42 points, but the Pacers would eventually answer, putting Milwaukee in a 2-1 hole in the series. Bucks would fall 121 to 118. The Packers opened up day 2 of the draft with a trade. Green Bay moving back a couple spots in the second round for a 5th and 6th rounder from the Saints. And unlike day 1, they'd go defense. Up first was Texas A&M linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, the first-team All-American, finished last year with 17 TFLs and 8 sacks. A couple picks later, the Packers added another Georgia Bulldog to the roster, taking safety Javon Bullard, 58th overall. The third round, they picked up USC running back Marshawn Lloyd and Mississippi linebacker Tyron Hooper. Well, big things are happening at Warner Park as the Mallards will be going out with the old and in with the new. As you can see behind me here, the Mallards have since made the change from dirt to a turf infield. It's all being done to create a smoother transition of switching fields between the Madison Mallards and the Madison Nightmares softball games. But it isn't just limited to this. The new turf will help allow the field to be available for all ages.
When we had grass, the field was set. There was nothing we could really do. We had Mallard-sized field, and youth obviously doesn't play on that. And so we didn't have the opportunity to safely play or host tournaments, games, clinics, that sort of thing. And now that we have the ability to adjust the field, we can.
This will be the first summer the Warner Park playing surface has been anything other than grass. And in case you're wondering, the outfield will remain as real grass. The Mallards open up their season about a month from now on May 28th. Still to come, Rock County Public Health is expanding its Narcan vending machine program. We'll share what they're doing. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch when we return on weekend mornings.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
Oh, I'm a stick, made out of stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs, dog healthy.
These are just a few of the over 500,000 happy Audien hearing aid customers. They now live a better life because they hear better. And they hear better because they purchased a full pair of Audien Atom 2s for only $189. The Atom 2 is a tiny, nearly invisible over-the-counter hearing aid. They've got unsurpassed sound quality and only $189 a pair. And it's so easy to order. Call Audien.
1-800-203-8967.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
When things go sideways, will you be prepared? I want to introduce you to the Patriot Power Generator 2000X. Use the endless free power of the sun to power lights, your TV, medical equipment, even run your fridge. And that's without gas, fumes, or noise. Go to 4patriots.com. You'll get a solar panel included free, double the capacity, expandable for more power, and more outlets than ever. This is about peace of mind. Get your solar generator and free panel at 4patriots.com.
News 3 Now, First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
At Denver Mattress, comfort comes easy, but peace of mind is a bit tricky. And no, we can't give you a bedside psychoanalyst. Beat it, Sigmund. But you can rest easy knowing every mattress is backed by our 365-night Better Sleep guarantee. And during the Super 7-Day sale, check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, no interest until January 2029 and free shipping. Comfort, peace of mind, and a great night's sleep. Only at Denver Mattress.
Here's a look at the rainfall forecast once again. We are expected to be dry for the first half of today with temperatures possibly in the 70s, so it will be a pretty nice day, but be aware we are expecting those showers and storms to develop during the afternoon and evening hours. Some of those storms could be strong to severe, especially during the evening. Now, although the forecast shows a lot of the storms for Madison and area south, these storms could very easily creep up north towards the Dells, maybe even as far north as La Crosse, depending on how far north that warm front gets. So just be aware that just because it's showing it in the far southern portion of the state doesn't mean the rest of our area can't see that severe weather. Now, as we get closer to midnight and past midnight, we're going to continue to see some rainfall, but the severe weather risk will be a little bit smaller, and that's the case for Sunday as well. Widespread rain is expected, but we're not going to see the storms quite as strong, but rainfall will continue, and total rainfall will be possibly over 2 inches for a few locations. Now, the good news is that we aren't expecting a ton of rainfall for next week, just a few slight chances, especially for the middle of the week.
Thank you, Jacob. In a collaboration with Lakeside Fire Rescue, there are now expanded opportunities for people to get Narcan, the medicine that can stop an overdose, as part of an effort from the Rock County Health Department to respond to an opioid crisis happening there. Our Catherine Merck shows us how these agencies believe the efforts have contributed to the data trending in a positive direction.
Rock County Health Department continues to try to reduce overdose deaths in the county. They're expanding their programs to make it easy to just lift up a box and access life-saving care.
We know that overdose deaths have been a growing problem. 2021 was a devastating year for Rock County.
This is the health department's dashboard. As you can see, the numbers show a decline in these kind of deaths over the past few years. However, overall, fatal overdoses have increased due to fentanyl.
So we see some progress, and we feel like some of that progress is because of access to these harm reduction supplies.
As boxes like these continue to be placed around the county, first responders say this should contribute to fewer lives lost.
Our call volume for opioid overdoses has gone down for the past year. This drug will help people, if they have it at home, they can administer it faster before the fire and EMS gets there, and it might help save their loved one.
More data surrounding overdoses in Rock County is available on our website at channel3000.com. Reporting in Edgerton, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
In entertainment news, Oscar award-winning screenwriter Aaron Sorkin is writing a new movie which could serve as the sequel to The Social Network. Sorkin broke the news during an edition of the podcast The Town. He's previously said he hoped to eventually write a Social Network sequel about the dark side of Facebook. Sources close to the writer confirmed that he is working on a social network-related screenplay, but said the project is still in its early stages. Two-time Academy Award winner Emma Stone wants to go by her birth name of Emily. During a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Stone revealed that she prefers to be called by her real name. She explained that she took the stage name Emma Stone because Emily Stone was already taken by another actress. When asked if she would correct a fan who called her by her real name, she said no, adding that it would be, quote, so nice to be called Emily. There's no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
The director promises tonight's final installment will answer questions people have been asking for decades.
Newly streaming on Max is a second season of The Jinx.
As The Jinx aired, Bob and I spoke after every episode. He was very nervous, and I thought to myself, he's gonna run.
The true crime show continues to follow the investigation, crimes, and jailing of Robert Durst.
Turns out, when you have a whole lot of money, people are willing to do things for you because they think some of that money might go their way.
The first 2 episodes of The Jinx are streaming on Max now.
This machine is reminding people our lives have more than one possible path.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is a second season of The Big Door Prize.
That thing will tell you your life's potential.
The Morphos made everybody think about their dreams. And now it's saying,
are you ready for the next stage?
The show about a small town that gets a mysterious machine returns for the next stage, where residents receive short visions of their life.
When you see it, even if you don't want to see it, you know exactly what it means.
The first 2 episodes of Season 2 of The Big Door Prize are streaming on Apple TV Plus now. And newly streaming on Hulu is the docu-series Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story.
I'm excited. Are we telling the truth or are we gonna lie? What are we gonna do?
There was no plan B in my life, ever. Bon Jovi was all or nothing.
The 4-part series shows the 40-year journey of the rock and roll band.
This sonic boom happened.
The energy of the band, undeniable, like a freight train coming at you.
All 4 episodes of Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story are streaming on Hulu now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And now Bon Jovi will be stuck in all our heads the rest of the day. We'll stick around next. We have a look at our top morning headlines. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Hand-pay jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? Right, you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack! It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
April showers bring May flowers. But do your tired gutters risk basement flooding? To the rescue, Fry Construction. Our absolute gutter system is custom fabricated on-site for a perfect seamless fit. It's engineered to outperform. Looking for a break in the clouds? How about a sunny 24% discount on our absolute gutter system? To get this deal, visit fryconstruction.com today to schedule a full roof replacement.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Now at 5:30, Porchlight is partnering with a local developer to help tackle two of Madison's most critical housing needs in a single solution.
And we could be seeing some severe weather this weekend. And I'll have your full forecast coming up.
And guilty. That's the verdict from jurors convicting a Madison man of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of a toddler 2 years ago. We'll share the details from the courtroom. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorsi. Let's send it over to Jacob now for a look at your Saturday forecast. Jacob, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Conditions right now are fairly comfortable, and it's going to remain comfortable for the first half of today, and then the alert day will continue as we head into the afternoon hours, and the alert day conditions are expected to continue for Sunday. We'll see heavy rain and possible strong storms. Right now, not seeing much, just a few showers off to the north, but for the most part, we're going to remain dry for the next several hours. But looking at the severe weather outlook, it shows a slight risk for much of Madison or all of Madison and surrounding areas. And for those of you near La Crosse and off to the north, a marginal risk. And as you get closer to Eau Claire, there's not really a big severe weather risk for you folks. But the severe weather risk is going to continue for Sunday as well, with a marginal risk, so it's not going to be quite as strong as the storms today, but we could still see a few severe thunderstorms during your day on Sunday as well. So looking at the forecast for today, sunny for the first half of the day, so for those of you that plan on going to the farmers market, it will be comfortable for that. A bit windy though, as we could see wind speeds up to 20 miles per hour, and then those showers and storms will develop a little bit later in the afternoon and really impact our area during the evening. I'll take you through the timing on all of the rainfall expected, and as I mentioned, it will continue for Sunday as well. I'll have those details a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. Porchlight's low-income housing has called the UW-Madison campus its home for more than 2 decades. But for the past 15 years, new student housing has popped up around it. Now the developer of those apartments wants to help Porchlight relocate to a more updated space to create room for more student housing. Arman Rahman shows us what they're planning.
After 15 years in the heart of the UW-Madison campus, Porchlight's permanent housing could be moving to the heart of downtown and could be getting some much-needed upgrades.
You can't just keep band-aiding this building and expect it to get better, right?
Porchlight Executive Director Carla Tennis says in the past 2 years, they've spent $150,000 on a new roof and $150,000 on a new elevator, so they can't afford to stay. But none of the offers she'd get for the campus location were right.
And my answer always is, I don't need a wad of cash. I need somewhere to put all my people.
For developer LZ Ventures, it took 15 years and
finally, after his 15th try,
it bought land at Blair and East Wash for a new Porchlight housing building, and it'll move all tenants and staff in for free.
And then they're going to pay for furnishings from top to bottom. So our folks will move into a place that's fully furnished with brand new stuff. Like, that never happens, right?
On Brook Street, Porchlight has 87 single-room units where each floor shares a kitchen and bathroom. There are 15 efficiencies on the top floor. On Blair Street, the plan is to have 70 studio apartments, each with its own bathroom and kitchenette and laundry on each floor.
You know, at Brook Street, we serve a lot of folks who are elderly, who have chronic health issues. We have folks in wheelchairs and walkers, mental health issues. They really need their own space.
The developer says in return, it'll build student housing on Brook Street next to its other apartments, adding roughly 500 beds.
Yes, it's definitely wow.
But Tennis says there's still more work to make this a reality.
We hope. I'm not packing yet.
Porchlight and LZ Ventures expect it to take about a year to get through all of the city zoning and paperwork, and then about another year to construct the new Porchlight facility on Blair Street. Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Next this morning, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services confirming a case of the measles in Dane County. While the person infected lives in Dane County, DHS says they travel to and work in Rock County. Right now, Public Health Madison, Dane County, and Rock County Public Health are working to identify anyone who would have been exposed. DHS also sharing where people may have been exposed in public locations for which a full list of people can't be obtained. They are the Quick Trip on Madison Avenue in Middleton, SSM Health's Dean Health Clinic, and St. Mary's Hospital, both in Janesville. You Break It, I Fix It on East Wash in Madison, and Noodles & Company on Limestone Pass in Cottage Grove. Also on screen are the dates and times when anyone at those locations may have been exposed to measles. Cases of measles are rare in Wisconsin thanks to high vaccination rates, but the disease is very contagious and can cause serious health issues for those not vaccinated against it. Marshawn Giles, the Madison man charged in the 2022 death of a toddler, has been found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide. Jurors also found him guilty on 14 other charges in connection with the girl's death, including first-degree child sexual assault. 3 other charges were dropped during the trial. Giles was arrested in April of 2022 after authorities found the 20-month girl severely abused in an apartment on Madison's west side. The girl would later die at the hospital. UW-Madison is preparing the campus community for an expected pro-Palestinian demonstration on Monday. According to an Instagram post, the Students for Justice in Palestine group at UW-Madison is planning a demonstration for Monday at 9 a.m. Details are sparse at this moment. UW-Madison supports the rights to freedom of speech and expression, but is warning of potential consequences to students who do not follow campus protest policies. Our time now is 5:36. Still ahead, King Charles is returning to royal duty. We'll have the details. Plus, here's a look at today's day in history.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Kelly needs new floors.
I need new floors.
So she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3, floor. Nice one, Kelly. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
When it comes to what's best in a mattress,
Big ol' springs,
memory foam,
springs,
foam. Denver Mattress says, why not both? Introducing the Doctor's Choice Hybrid with the cooling full-body comfort of gel memory foam and individually wrapped coils featuring Boss technology. All packed in this easy-to-manage box. Choose from the luxury firm, Plush, and Eurotop. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. The Doctor's Choice Hybrid, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
Start your evening with News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, uncovering the stories and getting to the heart of events and issues that matter here. And when bad weather is on the way, we warn you first. News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward, weeknights.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Monday at 6.
Even though we are on the spectrum, we can do this just as well as anyone that's not on the spectrum.
And the late Dr. Daryl Treffer dedicated his life to proving that.
It really inspired hope.
In my 3-part Time for Kids series, I'm taking a deep dive into this extraordinary psychiatrist's legacy. His groundbreaking work to unlock the talents of neurodivergent individuals and the place where it all comes together. Starting Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a look at the severe weather impacts we are expecting this weekend. The biggest impacts will be large hail and some possible gusty winds with a medium risk for those. We do have a small tornado risk, not quite as strong as the wind and hail risk, but can't rule it out. Also, some minor flooding could be possible with the thunderstorms. So here's a look at the timing of all the storms again. It's going to be dry for the first half of today, but those showers and storms will develop later in the afternoon and the evening, and they are expected to be pretty strong, especially a few storms. Now, although this forecast specifically shows the storms in the far southern portion of the state, these storms could easily creep up towards the Dells, maybe even as far north as La Crosse, depending on how far north that warm front gets. But the further south you're located, the better chance you will see the severe weather. And as we head toward the overnight hours, we're still expect to see some showers, but the severe weather risk will be a bit lower during that time frame. And that's the case for Sundays. We're going to see widespread showers on Sunday as well. But again, could still see a severe storm or two.
Thank you. Looking overseas, King Charles III is returning to public duties 2 months after he announced he was receiving treatment for cancer. According to Buckingham Palace, the King and Queen Camilla will visit a cancer treatment center on Tuesday. Officials say they will meet with patients and medical specialists at the facility. This announcement comes as a new portrait of Charles and Camilla was unveiled, marking 1 year since the couple had their crowning ceremony at Westminster Abbey. Back here in the United States, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump could face off in a presidential debate soon. Both Biden and Trump agreed to debate ahead of this year's election. In an appearance on the Howard Stern Show Friday, President Biden said he would be, quote, happy to debate Trump. It's the first time the president has said explicitly he would debate him in this election cycle. Trump responded on social media, even suggesting several dates the two could debate. The Commission on Presidential Debates has also so far scheduled 3 in September and October. Meanwhile, defense attorneys in former President Trump's New York criminal trial tried to find holes in the testimony of this week's star witness. The former publisher of the National Enquirer, Willie James Inman, recaps the day of the hush money trial.
Under cross-examination, the defense in Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial questioned former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker. During testimony for the prosecution this week, Pecker described how he helped conceal potentially damaging stories about Trump during the 2016 election. The defense argued that the practice known as catch and kill was not unusual and that there were similar alleged arrangements with other celebrities, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tiger Woods, and Mark Wahlberg. But when he was asked by prosecutors whether there was a difference with Trump, did you suppress stories to help a presidential candidate? Yes, Pecker said.
I personally think they've got an uphill battle. They would have the jurors believe that simply an agreement to influence the election with this catch and kill practice is in and of itself illegal, but it's not. They're going to have to go the extra step of proving that federal campaign finance law violation.
The second witness called to the stand Friday afternoon was Trump's longtime executive assistant, Rona Graff. Testifying for less than an hour, she told the court that she maintained a list of Trump's contacts, which included entries for Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels. McDougal and Daniels have said they had sexual relations with Trump and were paid for their silence. Trump denies their allegations.
This is all a Biden indictment. It's in order to try and win an election, political opponent, and nothing like this has ever happened.
Prosecutors allege Trump falsified records to make the payments appear as legal expenses. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts. Willie James Inman, CBS News.
All right, we're coming up here on 5:44. Still ahead, Zach will check in with day 2 of the NFL draft. Who the Packers picked is next, and let's take a live look outside. Jacob will have another check of the forecast just ahead on weekend mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. All from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to $500 on installation. Schedule your free estimate today.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? Right, you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental.
Call 1-800-920-0664 to get your free Carefree Dental Card and member guide.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of $1,000s of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the weekend. We are going to see the storms redevelop later today, and then for Sunday, we're going to see some widespread rainfall. Still could see some thunderstorms on Sunday, but the best chance for severe weather will be today. We should be dry by Monday with a few smaller chances of rain for next week. Here's a look at the alert day conditions. Heavy rain and possible strong storms. They will begin again for this afternoon, and it will continue through Sunday because there still is a small severe weather risk for Sunday, and we also could see some pretty heavy rain throughout the day. Now, looking at the severe weather risk, slight risk for our entire area, for Madison's entire area. La Crosse and areas to the north under a marginal risk, and up north towards Eau Claire. Not going to see quite as much severe weather for you folks. Sunday, there is also a marginal risk, so not quite as strong of storms are expected for your Sunday, but we could still see a severe thunderstorm or two. Wouldn't surprise me, though, if we don't see any severe weather at all on Sunday. Now, looking at the timing out of the forecast, we're going to be dry for the first half of today. In fact, it actually will be pretty nice with plenty of sunshine at times, and we also will see high temperatures in the 70s, although it will be a little bit windy. As we go into the evening or late afternoon and evening, that's when the showers and storms are expected to develop, and some of these storms this evening could be strong to severe. Now, although this forecast shows the storms in the far southern portion of the state, we could easily be seeing those storms as far north as the Dells, maybe even up north towards La Crosse. But as we get into the overnight hours, the severe weather risk will diminish, not entirely, but the strongest of storms will occur before midnight. But we still are expected to see those showers continue. As we get into the day on Sunday, more showers and more storms are expected. Again, a small chance of severe weather, but on Sunday, we'll see more widespread, consistent rainfall, possibly throughout the entire day, as by the time we get to the later evening, we're still going to see some showers and storms across our area. And then during the overnight hour, it will begin to clear out. By Monday, we'll only see some lingering showers across our area. Looking at the total precipitation, parts of our area could definitely see over 2 inches of rainfall if we do indeed see those thunderstorms develop for those specific locations. So a lot of rain is expected for everywhere. It's not just in the southern portion of the state, but all you folks near La Crosse expect to see some showers as well. And the biggest risk will be some gusty winds and large hail. The tornado risk it's possible, but it is going to be a pretty low chance that we'll see a tornado. Now, looking at the 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures will remain fairly comfortable over the next 10 days with highs in the 60s and 70s. We do have a few other chances of rainfall throughout next week, but nothing quite as strong as what we'll see later today and tomorrow. So spring-like weather is expected for next week with a few chances of rainfall. By next weekend, it does look dry, maybe a bit cooler, but still going to see highs in the 50s. And we're pretty much getting to the time of year where even the cool days will still be comfortable, as upper 50s, and dry conditions are definitely pretty uncomfortable, or pretty comfortable, I should say.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now to sports with Zach.
After a Game 2 loss, the Bucks made their way to Indy for 2 huge games and added another name to their injury report. Chris Middleton was nursing a sprained ankle, and let's just say it was feeling pretty good for 22 come tip-off time. All Giannis could do is watch in Game 3, and he liked what he saw from Chris Middleton. That man put on a show. Fourth quarter, Bucks down 3 with 6.9 seconds left, and Middleton sends it to overtime with the 3, but Money Middleton wasn't done just quite yet. Bucks again down 3 with under 10 seconds to play, and he banks it home to tie this one up at 118. Middleton finished with a new playoff career-high 42 points. The Pacers would answer. Tyrese Halliburton shakes him and then drops home the floater for 2+1, and the Wisconsin native puts Milwaukee in a 2-1 hole in the series. Bucks fall 121 to 118. The Packers open up day 2 of the draft with a trade. Green Bay moved back a couple spots in the second round for a 5th and 6th rounder from the Saints. And unlike day 1, they'd go defense. Up first, Texas A&M linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, the first-team All-American, finished last year with 17 TFLs and 8 sacks. Then a couple picks later, the Packers added another Georgia Bulldog to their roster, taking safety Javon Bullard, 58th overall. The third round, they picked up USC running back Marshawn Lloyd and Missouri linebacker Tyron Hopper. Meanwhile, on Thursday's first round, the Packers went offensive tackle with the 25th overall pick, because that's what you do when you already have a franchise quarterback and want to protect him. Well, Bill Belichick had some high praise for Jordan Morgan, calling him a high-quality player and saying he's got a good future ahead of him. As for Morgan, well, draft night on Thursday was a whirlwind of emotions.
Anxious the whole time. Everybody asking me where I'm going. I had no clue. So, I mean, the whole process was just so crazy. And when it happened, man, my heart stopped. It was just, everything froze. And it's such an honor. I mean, I cannot wait to get out there and protect for him. I mean, that's what our offensive lineman is supposed to do, protect your quarterback, open holes for running backs. And that's what I'm here to do.
Wisconsin softball opening up a 3-game series with Indiana, and Emmy Wells came into play in her home state. 2-5 is a certified member of the bomb squad. 5th inning, she gives one a ride to left for her 2nd home run of the game. That put the Badgers up 5-0, but they couldn't hold on. Wisconsin falls 6-5, the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Coming up next, it's National Pool Opening Day across America. We'll tell you what it's all about. Plus, here's a look at what's coming up on CBS Saturday morning.
Coming up, we'll have your eye opener and all this morning's headlines. Plus, we head out on tour with Nate Bargatze to get to know the guy once dubbed the nicest man in comedy. From sold-out arena shows to guest hosting Saturday Night Live, even his family's comedic legacy. We'll talk about it all.
Then it's being hailed as the building block of the future, but it's as ancient as it gets. Wood. Mass timber is being used often in place of cement or steel for everything from skyscrapers to airports, including the one we'll take you to in Portland, Oregon.
And we take you on a trip on the high seas with chef Alex Guaretti. Growing up just outside of Paris helped launch his culinary career, and a path that's led to his many trips around the world. We get a taste of his food in the dish.
Looks good. All that, plus music from Charlie Crockett in our Saturday session. It's all just ahead on CBS Saturday morning.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's All or Nothing Bonus Days. During the month of April, All or Nothing players have a 1 in 7 chance to receive a $2 bonus ticket for the next midday drawing. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Justin, what are some of the common concerns when it comes to replacing windows and doors?
Homeowners want to know the project timeline, if their installers are properly trained, and that their home will be taken care of.
And how does Next Door and Window take the worry out of the project?
Our installers are factory trained and certified and will leave your home immaculate. And most projects can be completed in just one day.
Call now and get 50% off installation on windows and doors and 24 months interest-free financing.
At Denver Mattress, comfort comes easy, but peace of mind is a bit tricky. And no, we can't give you a bedside psychoanalyst. Beat it, Sigmund. But you can rest easy knowing every mattress is backed by our 365-night Better Sleep guarantee. And during the Super 7-Day sale, check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, no interest until January 2029 and free shipping. Comfort, peace of mind, and a great night's sleep. Only at Denver Mattress.
Get a great deal and do a great deal of good when you shop at Habitat Restore. From furniture and decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need for your next project. Shop our convenient East and West locations today.
When we tell people it took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, they say, oh, cool. But when we tell them it also took our engineers 189 pizzas, 22 birthdays, 4,005 miles commuted through 13 thunderstorms, 16 neglected haircuts, 52 all-nighters, and 19 nightmares about chassis, they usually go, oh, wow. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Hop in. It's a VW. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
Oh, I'm a stick made out of stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs, dog healthy.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
Why did I keep missing out on this? Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Do you remember the pain, the worry, the canceled plans? And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency. To help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take it if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
Jalen Banks, News 3 Now at 6 and 10, weekends moving forward.
Finally this morning, it's time to choose between the shallow and the deep end, as today is National Pool Opening Day.